I've been meaning, hi, I've been meaning to do this little journal for a while and I haven't because, to be honest, I've been dealing with a lot of ongoing agony and I didn't really feel like doing a video because I didn't want to do a video while I was in constant agony. But I'm coming out of that now, and so now I'm going to do a little summary of where I've been and where I'm at and where I hope to be. So where I've been is in March of 2024, I was diagnosed with frozen shoulder. The particular kind of frozen shoulder is called adhesive capsulitis. But before I was diagnosed with that, I spent 6 weeks, because I counted them, self-diagnosing, looking to see why is my arm sore, and going on YouTube and seeing that it's probably tendonitis and it's probably this and probably that, and I was doing that because I wasn't just rushing off to have it attended to, because I blamed myself for it because I thought it was overuse because I had taken up fishing again, because I love fishing and I hadn't been fishing for a while. And so I decided that I had an overuse, overstrain problem. Well, I was wrong. When I finally got to have it attended to, because I couldn't deal with it anymore, I noticed my mobility was getting less and less and the pain was getting more and more. So I went and had it looked at, and it was very clearly adhesive capsulitis. It could have been a variety of different kinds of frozen shoulder. Actually, I knew nothing about frozen shoulder until I got one, other than hearing the odd person say, oh, I've had frozen shoulder, I've got frozen shoulder. But I didn't know what I know now. So I'm journaling this now so that I can share it and I can have a record. Hopefully it helps other people. And it's also good for me to have the record. So, frozen shoulder comes in many different forms. The adhesive capsulitis is one that is a non-operational one. So if you get pain and restricted mobility and it's rotator cuff, you can go have surgery and it's all fixed, and so on. Well, I'm not medically trained, so I can't say what it is exactly and what it isn't and what you can and cannot do and all the rest. So I'll stick with my story, and that is I was concerned that it was going to be something that was going to require surgery because I didn't want to go in for surgery. But this turns out to be a very long haul situation, in the fact that if you have adhesive capsulitis, they say it's anything from 18 months to 3 years. And I thought, what? How can something be that long? So I've been doing a lot of research about it, trying to find as much as I can about the situation, about the condition. Right. Now, to go back to the beginning, I was having pain here, not in the shoulder. It was always here, so that's why I thought it was tendonitis. It turns out that adhesive capsulitis sends referred pain down all the time. And so what happened with me is the pain was continual. I couldn't get a break from it because I happen to have a cardio condition. And one of the things to treat adhesive capsulitis is to take anti-inflammatories, and then you can get some relief, or cortisone injections into your shoulder. Both of those things were not advisable for me, particularly the anti-inflammatory, because I can't take those because of the cardio situation. So I started going towards everything and anything else I could to relieve the pain. I put hot packs on, and then ice packs, and hot packs and ice packs, and actually they did bring relief, but I found it difficult to continue with hot pack on all the time. So we came up with trying to create ways to be able to have treatment on it, hot pack or cold pack, but it was difficult. I also went with the natural route, and I started putting essential oils in, and I've never been a big essential oils person, but I discovered that certain essential oils just absolutely took the edge off the agony. And I'm going to say agony because it's been relentless agony, especially at night, because I just didn't know what to do with this arm. Okay. So now I've gone through those 4 months, because I'm now in July of 2024, March, April, May, June, July. So I've had 4 months of this, what I can safely say is continual agony, because it didn't give me a break. So it was really wearing, and I've learned some lessons through it. The biggest lesson I learned, that's right at the top, I think, is called delegation, because it's clearly not a skill that I had developed very strongly, because I found it incredibly difficult to be, doing things, pointing to not doing things and asking people, please do that and please do that. Yesterday, my husband Greg said to me, when I said to him, well, I can't help, and he heard the frustration in my voice, he says, yes, but you can point. So I've got more used to. I've developed the skill of delegation, and I found it's not altogether a bad thing. I do like to get on with things, so this has been extremely limiting, but there's a lot of lessons that I've learned along the way. Okay, so I'm going to come back to the lessons I learned, and I'm going to come back to the fact that I've got a little less agony all the time now, and that's why I'm doing this little journal of the situation. But I just want to go back to telling you about the essential oils. I found certain essential oils were fantastic. I just rubbed them in like crazy and I got relief. And others weren't as effective. So I believe that's the individual, I found that lavender and rosemary were particularly good for me, and somebody else was saying they've been using essential oils and it doesn't make a scrap of difference for them. So you see, you have to find the one that works for you. Okay, so now what I want to do before I continue too long is to show you where I am now in July with this arm. The good news is I've always had use of my hand. All right, so I've never been without use of my hand. However, if I do pressure related things like holding the handle of the porridge pot and then learning to stir with my left hand, just the hanging onto that and stopping it from moving would cause discomfort. So I had use of my hand, but it was limited. It's been limited use of my hand. I've also been able to take my hand to my mouth, so I've been able to be able to do that, drink tea, coffee, that's important. Okay, but now what I haven't had use of is the following. If I stand like this and I swing this good arm out, it goes out. Now I'm going to swing my right arm out. Okay, it's not that I'm not doing it, I'm using all that I've got to swing it out. Okay, I'll try again. I don't know if you saw that tiny fraction of a movement. What has happened is I used to be able to get it out to about here. Well, I mean, obviously before the frozen shoulder I could get it right out, but now it's there. So that's the one indicator that I've gone from the freezing stage where all the agony's been into the next batch season of this condition, and that's frozen shoulder. Now I'm going to show you another movement, and that is with my arms down at my side. If I lift this arm, I can get it up, next to my ear. And if I move this arm, this is my limited mobility on this one. I cannot get it further than that. Even if I try everything, it won't go further than that. All right? And now I'm going to turn around and show you the one at the back, because this is one that also creates quite a bit of restriction, because this hand can go up to there, as you can see, and this hand I can just get around the back of my leg, this arm. I used to be able to sort of get it to here, and as the time has gone on, it's gone further and further down, creating more and more restriction. So this is the best I can do. Okay, those are the three obvious signs to see, what. Oh no, wait, there's one more. This one, you go up the front. Okay, and now I'm going to do that one with this arm. It's quite good actually that I can get it that far. Okay, so I just wanted to record where I'm at the moment in July 2024 with this condition. I was talking earlier about the lessons that I've learned, and the biggest one is developing the skill of delegation. And for somebody who doesn't do that naturally, it's been quite a learning curve for me, a steep learning curve for me, just to learn to delegate when I would prefer to be doing that particular task myself. The other thing that's been difficult about that for me is watching other people be very physically active around me and me having one arm ability. So instead of being able to carry boxes and things like that, which has been an interesting time because we've actually been moving out of our warehouse, and so it's been a colossal undertaking, and I've had to just direct and use my one arm wherever possible. So it couldn't have come at a worse time for me to not be able to be involved. But then again, that worst time has actually proven to be a very good time, because had it not been that season of moving and having a frozen shoulder, I wouldn't have had the steep learning curve I've had. So I continue to gather whatever lessons, whatever little pearls I can from this season, and I'm going to do another video because I don't want this one to be too long, but I'm going to do another one just about pain control and what I've learned through being in continual pain, because it's really got my focus on other things and helped me to consider other things. So there's been a lot of good that has come out of being in continual pain. It really has been continual, 24 hours. It's just no break from it. But as I said, that is now changing, that I've gone from the freezing into the frozen stage. So I will do another video about the pain element, the management and the lessons I've learned. But for now, I want to show you something else that completely changed my perspective of my struggles. Because, you know, when you're struggling with something that seems intense to you, you can become inward. It's very easy to become inward. It's like it just happens. And I've had to work on that, not allowing too much of that. And then something happened, which I'm going to show you now, over there. And that is some fires went raging through the place where we live. And talk about a perspective alteration, because what happened is some people lost their homes. You're probably not going to see it in this video, but right across the way there's a house with white walls, and to the left of it is a big green tree, and next to that green tree is a house that was burnt right down. They lost everything, and other families have lost everything, their vehicles, their livestock, their pets, but they have each other in this particular instance that I'm referring to. But then more than 15 lives have been lost so far with these fires that have been going through. And the thing is that one can feel very, very helpless. I think all of us actually say that, whether I have frozen shoulder or not. Everybody has said there were times when they felt helpless because this fire was so beyond them. They just felt they couldn't manage it. The firefighters, everybody. So although one can feel helpless, I felt like I felt extra helpless because I had a frozen shoulder. But I learned through that how I can continue to be helpful and effective for others, if it's making tea or pots of soup or bread or whatever it is. With a one-handed operation, it's possible, and you're doing something to help the community, even though you have something that yourself you're struggling with. They're struggling more. So this fire situation really altered my perspective radically for the good. Even though it's such a disastrous thing that took place, there's many valuable lessons that we're all getting from it. Actually, to the point where there's been groups put out there that have said, whatever lesson you've learned from this fire, please share it so we can all grow from it together. Everybody can grow from each other. So that is where I'm at today. Still dealing with the aftermath of the fire. Well, it's not completely over yet. And learning to live with the frozen shoulder. Thanks for watching all the way to here. Bye.